From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather tonight.
Mostly clear skies as we head through the rest of the overnight, although we might see a few clouds ease in here and there. Not overcast skies by any means. That in low humidity will allow temperatures to continue to drop on through the 60s, most of us reaching the upper 50s to lower 60s toward daybreak, so not quite as chilly as what we had this morning. Lewisburg, Tennessee got down to 46. We're not going to do that tonight into Thursday morning, but we're still going to be well below average here. Futurecast may be overdoing the cloud cover just a little bit, but I do expect a few clouds toward daybreak. We'll call it partly cloudy towards sunrise, upper 50s, lower 60s. We warm on up into the 80s tomorrow afternoon. We'll call it upper 80s to near 90, and a few isolated thunder showers possible. Not a big chance of rain by any means, only 10 to 20%. So don't be banking on rain for tomorrow, even though we need it. And it's easy to get excited. It's more likely you won't see it at your particular location tomorrow. Just don't be completely surprised if there is a stray shower into the afternoon or the early evening. Partly cloudy tomorrow night as we drop back into the 60s. But then we're going to start getting these summertime temperatures back with time as we head from Friday into the weekend, and especially early next week. We'll talk about that in just a moment. As we go through the weekend, high pressure will set up east of us at the low levels. That gives more of a southerly flow in here, and that does help promote warmer temperatures and gradually increasing low-level moisture. We won't have dew points into the 40s as we head into the weekend like we have today across the area. So we're going to start getting the muggies back, not excessively so, not dew points well up into the 70s, but a little more humidity back into the atmosphere. Upper 80s for Thursday, and then we're back into the 90s here Friday and the weekend, and especially next week, upper 80s, and I think several of us, if not most of us, probably headed for the triple digits for a few days next week as the upper level area of high pressure builds in from the plains. That sends the jet stream northward. The trough of low pressure is giving our cooler air. It sends it out into the Atlantic. So we're left with a hot weather pattern here, stagnant weather pattern. We might see a thunder shower each afternoon just because of how hot and humid will be. But the big deal next week will be the heat. Forecast daytime high temperatures next week, a good 6 to 8 degrees above average for this time of year, if not a little warmer than that. And the average is still into the lower 90s. So we're talking about at minimum upper 90s likely Monday through at least Wednesday, if not a little longer before things start to relax at the end of next week. And triple digits are very possible, if not likely next week, especially in northwest Alabama. And Tuesday and Wednesday, we already have triple digits officially in the forecast across the shoals, and we may start expanding that in the southern middle Tennessee as well. Certainly looking hot, but not unheard of for this time of year. Bus stop forecast for tomorrow, mainly looking low impact, although there might be an isolated afternoon thunder shower as kids get off the bus on the way home from school tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, starting the day in the upper 50s, lower 60s with mostly clear skies, partly cloudy in the afternoon. Most of us tomorrow still shy of 90 degrees, but that changes as we head toward Friday. Everybody into the lower 90s, and we just continue to warm up from there. Again, daily chances of isolated thunder shower going into next week simply because of how hot and humid will be, but no big rain chances for the next 7, 10, maybe 14 days. At least through the middle of next week, no big rain chances at minimum through the middle of next week. Hot next week, upper 90s, lower 100s likely for daytime highs. There's the latest 7-day forecast. Ben Loon is back in the morning. He'll be here with your wake-up weather from his home weather office.